Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rick and Morty month. I am here to give you more
Rick and Morty video content.
And you know it's gonna be a good video because I can hear police sirens starting off the video and I only have so long to film, so we're just gonna talk right through that shit. Today I want to talk about something called speculation. And you might be asking me, hey Soul, what are you talking about? And I am talking about those videos that really are a flash in the pan and won't matter once the 4th season actually drops. That's right, I'm talking about season 4 speculation, things I want to appear, they might not happen, and if they don't, this whole video will be meaningless, but who cares? It's fun, it's YouTube, it's bullshit, that's why we're here. Let's get into it. Before I begin though, I do want to preface it, I could just have listed 10 things that could or will probably happen in season 4, and I just didn't want to do that. I want this to be subjectivity all day on this channel. I want it to be fun. I want it to be something I can enjoy because that's how this whole thing works. So here are 10 things I want to see and think would be really cool. If you get something out of it, then all the better. And a lot of these I don't think will actually appear in season 4. They could appear way down the line, whether it be old obscure characters or plot threads that I don't think they'll ever bring back, but I want to see them, whether it be season 4 or beyond. Here they are. Goodbye, Number 1, Mr. Meeseeks. Yeah, I know the concept of Mr. Meeseeks isn't one that can be done again and again. Sure, they could bring him back and just do a rehash of Meeseeks and Destroy, but hell, I'm sure the writers could think of some clever way of bringing him back and filling that meme appetite. What specifically could they do? I don't know. I'm just making lists for a YouTube video, but if you want me to think that far, I better be getting a writing credit. All I know is, I want to hear one more time, hey, I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me. Yeah, I'm not as good at saying it as he is. It's more funny when he says it. Anyway. Mama said still for your grind. Ballin' so hard, man, it's time to shine. Number 2, Tammy. That's right, Summer's friend who got a big plot thread introduced with her and then it was never really followed up upon in season 3, but hey, I'm all for them completing that character arc, whatever it'll be. I mean, for somebody that was teased for being a major character, I just expected something. I'm not super interested in her, but the lack of not having her is making me care more. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably exactly what they wanted. But whatever, seeing the follow-up to that would be cool. Yeah, Tammy. Number 3, I want Interdimensional Cable 3. Let me get something straight. I understand that Rick and Morty is amazing in part because they are always throwing something cool or interesting at the screen, and so they don't have time to bring back every concept that was left on the trail of destruction. That's fine, but I, like a lot of fans, after getting a sequel to Interdimensional Cable, thought it would be a trademark of the series and thought we'd be getting one every single season. I guess that's not the case, but since Morty's Mind Blowers, I thought was kind of better than the other 2 episodes, I'm not like upset about it or anything, but I would like a follow-up to Interdimensional Cable, even if it is another Morty's Mind Blowers. Just anything involving this concept I want more of. 'Cause if you blink first, you're fucked. If you get caught up in the current, then it's all out the door. Let your mind run free and watch your thoughts erupt. Number 4, Snuffles, aka Snowball. So, I have a Rick and Morty poster in my house, and on this poster is a cast of the characters, including Snowball. And in my mind, he's one of the main characters, even if he isn't a main character. This episode is really where I officially fell in love with the series. With the first episode, I admired it and enjoyed it, but there was that hesitant distance, you know? Probably because I was high and didn't know what the fuck I was watching, but by the time the second episode happened, I was hooked, and I personally would love to see Snuffles come back. Hell, have him join the family. He's only a dimension away, and it's not like sentient life can't be taken away, am I right? Number 5, is Morty Rick's actual Morty? I want this plot thread to be addressed and actually in the show. I think we all know that he's probably not. We have that whole baby Morty thing. The fact that Rick just entered their lives out of nowhere seems like he did something prior to shake things up, and his original Rick of this dimension is probably dead. So I just personally want this to get settled. I want this to be turned into an actual followed up on plot thread. Morty obviously cares about these kinds of things since he still has an attachment with his original sister. So think if he found out his relationship with Rick was as artificial as his dimension. Just something to hope for.
Please don't judge me. No, please don't say you love me.
Number 6, Baby Cthulhu. Of all the things to come from the Rick and Morty intros, this is the one I want the most. Come on, give me Baby Cthulhu.
I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
Number 7, I want a sequel to Rick Lantis. I want a sequel to Rick Lantis. Number 8, Rick's past. Okay, I personally love how they handled Rick's backstory. They gave us a way to contextualize his past and how there could be a time where he had a wife and was a father to Beth. But like how in The Dark Knight, the Joker's backstory was wishy-washy by him giving multiple backstories for how he got his own scars by making them both kind of fake. Rick admits that this backstory is probably made up, and so you either think he's lying and you think this is his actual backstory, so if you really like it, you can attach yourself to it, or if you don't, then it just doesn't exist and he just made it up. It really allows you to see his past, at least a version of it, and you can either attach yourself to it or not. This allowed Rick to kind of remain in that mysterious veil, but I would like just more tidbits of info, especially how he went from his last universe or wherever he came from when he was gone all those years. I just want to know whatever he was doing during that part, because the lore just needs more meat like that. Number 9, Morty growing a pair of balls. It's been teased just how much Morty is growing up. He can beat Rick at chess, and in the Vindicators we saw him step ahead of Rick. He's disarming bombs. He is planning things out ahead of Rick, like he's tricking Rick to hang out with his dad because he doesn't want to hang out with Rick. In his own way, Morty is like the perfect contrast to Rick, and his intelligence is starting to shine in ways that Rick is diminishing. I just think a grown-up Morty might be an even more interesting foil for Rick than he already is, especially if he's, gets more layers to his personality. Maybe he's more funny, maybe he's more smart, whatever it may be. We will look back at season 1 Morty and be like, damn, that is a pathetic ass Morty.
And if you get too high, baby, come over here. Work that back till time out.
Anyway, here are some honorable mentions before number 10. I want to see Scary Terry. I love Scary Terry because he says bitch a lot, and it's really funny. Logic. I would not mind seeing Logic return to the series because he had the funniest cameo I've ever seen, and because he also had Rick and Morty cameo in his music. So it makes the world go round, so let's just keep it spinning. Then I want to see some kind of reference to Pocket Mortys. Pocket Mortys felt like the best idea. I just didn't want to play it, but I would love to see it in the actual show.
Brainstorm, it's a brainstorm. Time to think of some ideas. It's a brainstorm, it's a brainstorm. Everybody know the drill.
And then number 10, dun dun dun, insert dramatic music here. Number 10 is the return of the Vindicators. I'm just kidding. But the actual number 10 is I would love to see a follow-up to the Szechuan sauce. Whether it be in 9 seasons and Rick finally gets the Szechuan sauce, they can do what they do best and make a parody of the situation and kind of distance themselves from those people and at the same time make a hell of an episode about it. Think if the reason Rick was obsessed with Szechuan sauce is he went to a universe where everyone was obsessed with it and then they had this full commentary about that. It would just be a cool idea and I would like to see it. Anyway, those were 10 bullshit ideas I came up with what I would like to see in season 4. Leave your bullshit made up speculations down below and we will keep the bullshit running. Anyway guys, I hope you are enjoying Rick and Morty month, and until next time, with that, I leave you.
On Melancholy Hill, there's a plastic tree. Are you here?